I wanted to talk a little bit today, or use as a jumping off point, um, the idea that, we're on a quest, we're on a journey, be it toward higher love or greater joy or greater acceptance of ourselves or whatever it is we're aiming for. But I think that it's perhaps more important or equally important to just acknowledge where we are now. Our desire to grow and to, discover a different kind of meaning in our lives, whatever it is, begins with an acceptance of where we are and what we don't need to jump outside of our own skins or think, if I get to that point, then I'll be worthy. Have I turned on? It seems very dark in here. It begins where we are, even when we feel like that's not a good place, or it's unpleasant, or we really wish we were somewhere else, or I think it starts with, at least for me, an acceptance of myself and where I am at the moment. Because if I try to jump out of my own skin, or you do, you can't run away from, wherever you go, there you are, that kind of thing. So I think in some ways the search for joy begins with just discovering what's already there. It's like peeling back a layer and discovering it can be in the simplest thing, in the way somebody looks at you, in the supermarket. I mean, haven't you had that happen where somebody suddenly sees you and you see them and there's like this connection? Or just today, I just stepped outside and the air smelled sweet. Somebody was mowing grass around the corner and, I got that hit of cut grass, and it was hot today for the first time. And the business of being able to just open a window, I have crank windows, and feel that cool air. And just take a minute on our journey toward the next best thing or the better thing to just drink it in. Wherever we are, let's do that. I had written down, which doesn't really go with what I was just saying, Brené Brown, when you're ready to have the courage to enter the wilderness and someone somewhere says, don't do it, this is when you reach deep into your wild heart and remind yourself, I am the wilderness. That's not really the peaceful, that I was talking about, but I think the deal is it takes such courage, to get through the day, to wake up in the morning, to lean toward the light, to accept that we're on the journey and we're not there yet, and we never will be because it continually unfolds before us. It's a non-arrival kind of situation. And of course there are rest stops along the way. But it is a slipstream. It's a moving thing. It's dynamic. We can't really hang on to anything. So go with the flow. I mean, that's such a cliche, but yeah. 6 of Cups. That can be, cups speak to love, open-heartedness. 6 of Cups can be a nostalgia for a lost love. Somebody you knew a long time, loved a long time, they may be coming back around, or you may feel Cups energy that they are. But there is an element of past life or past relationship, and how do we bring it into the present? How do we kind of abide in the now while still honoring the love that has been? It's very sweet. It's a card of the soulmate. That kind of openness with somebody else, open-heartedness. The other thing I had in front of me was a note that says rebel love. Rebel love. Magician. Major Arcana card. Virgo, Gemini. Trying to manifest something like, do we have control over bringing this relationship back around? Or even just the nostalgia of when we felt this way, when we were young and open-hearted. How do we manifest that in the now? Because in a way, now is what we have. It's lovely to have memories of the past and aspirations for the future, but there's some degree of needing to anchor in where we are. That's how we can grow, Be here now, says Ram Dass. Well, here's a card of the future, so hush my mouth. 3 of Wands. Waiting for the ships to come in, having manifested something. Something that will open up, I don't know, a new world, perhaps a new love, perhaps reinvigorate this old love. So it's sort of like Magician comes right between those two. The card of the past and nostalgia. The card of being open to the future. And this is the alchemy, the magic, kind of abiding in that middle place. That's where we can manifest from. We can manifest a positive, creative, lively, open-hearted future. And we can gain strength from the loves that have gotten us here thus far. But there's something about, we have everything we need to be this conduit, right? The Magician has the wand up and points down. So it's this sort of reconciliation. Here I am now. What can I manifest from this point? Virgo energy from this point. It's Virgo, Gemini. And this has a tinge of the Gemini, of the soulmate, the twin, the past love. How can I bring it into the now? How can we bring it into the now? Six of Pentacles. Well, it's a card of giving and receiving, of helping in 3D, something balanced, something reciprocal. Pentacles speak to time. So this is sort of like the past time, the past life. This is the now life. We may be called upon to help somebody we knew in the past. Somebody very dear to our hearts. Tell me about the Magician. Six of Cups, 6 of Pentacles is 12, is Hangman. A card of Cups energy. Consideration of feelings, growth of feelings, some kind of suspension or time, not a time out, but a time to process. Pentacles speak to time. Under Magician, Page of Cups. That's the new love. Something from our past that we're bringing into our future, we're manifesting it, it may not be the same person. It may be a new person. Because this does have a tinge of nostalgia. I remember this relationship. And it might behoove us to remember it. At the same time, it may suggest let's turn toward the new thing. Some kind of equal exchange in the now, Pentacles energy. It may begin small. This may have felt very big. Really, the pull of this relationship may be like the tide, the way the tides pull water energy. Tell us about this new love, or can be an apology. I don't really see it as that. I see it as sort of like, how do I renew this? We have Knight of Swords. On Six of Pentacles, Five of Cups. On Knight of Swords, Ten of Cups. My love grows is what I'm hearing. I mean, here we have a card of sadness and regret, kind of things of the past. There's a potential Two of Cups here. But this person is sort of bowed over or weighted down by something that happened in the past, some lost love. Five of Cups, Six of Cups. It may be that this person is going to return with an apology. And something, maybe, some kind of emphatic, strong, sharp, pointed, to the point message about Ten of Cups. And it could be like, what happened to this? We had this sweet thing that I still remember. I want to manifest, Magician card, bring through into the here and now something that I sense is coming to me. I'm waiting for the manifestation to sort of take shape. And, I was beginning this thing by be where you are. Yes, it's okay to dwell in the past love and to anticipate the future love, but stand strong. I mean, look at this guy. That's the place we can actually do the work of manifestation. But I think there's perhaps a message coming in, I'm hearing we could have had it all. That Alicia Keys song? No, I'm sorry, Adele. Alicia Keys was a good song, but it's not the one I was thinking of. We could have had it all. And maybe we still can. This person maybe trying to, bring this relationship back into the present. And they want to emphatically declare that's my intention. Sword energy is about information. Let me tell you the truth here. We could have had it all. And maybe there's an apology for why things fell away. There was a real missed opportunity. And it may be this relationship, Six of Cups, with a soulmate there's a desire to bring it back into balance. One of you may be much sadder than the other. One of you may be remembering it as a very happy time. And the other person might be saying pretty emphatically, happy time? We could have had this. Okay, tell us about this Six of Cups past love person. Seven of Cups. It could have been an illusion. You know, all these possible, it could have been this kind of love. It could have been that kind of love. It was confusing. You know, what are we exactly doing here? And a little bit of like, where are you? This person, I think so we have the 5, 6, and 7 of Cups now. Some sort of progression in a relationship that went from, happy days, maybe regressed back into a kind of sadness or missed opportunity because it could have been this. And this is a kind of bewilderment. Was it really ever here at all? Or did it fade away into kind of nostalgic, sweet thing that we're just supposed to remember? I don't think you're on the same page. Three of Wands. On the same page, Page of Swords. We have Knight of Swords, Page of Swords. Page of Swords is willing to look into something. It's a card of curiosity and discovery. What's out there? What have I manifested? What might be coming into me? What next? But there is something about this, because Page of Swords doesn't always have this, but you can see this person there's a kind of abyss or cliff edge behind them. They're on the back foot somehow. I think somebody doesn't know what's going on and wants to dig in a little bit because we could have had it all. And somebody may be opening their heart back up in a kind of tentative way. What could it be now? It's youthful energy, though. We have Page of Swords, Page of Cups. There could be children involved, because this is the sort of happy family. The couple and their children. I'm just looking because, well, here there's this sort of slipstreamy river in the background. And here it's like a gully. Something got eroded. Page of Swords has a question. Knight of Swords wants an answer. It's like, and here again we have the cliff edge business. Looking to the future, like maybe I need more information to even believe in this sword energy, card of belief. What have I gotten myself into? Page of Cups, please. What have we gotten ourselves into? Seven of Pentacles. So we have Six of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. There's some natural progression here. You know, the exchange of energy in 3D, in the now, and the ability to, reap the harvest of our efforts. It's the person in the orchard. I've invested time and energy in this, and they're regarding the plant that they've tended so carefully over time with a little bit of skepticism. Is this all there is? I'm sorry it didn't grow into something more substantial. We could have had it all. Somebody may be apologizing for the fact that you put time and effort into this relationship, and you may have really helped this person. And there's the scale. There's the scale here. There may be some question, all this sword energy, did they give back equally? And this magician looks kind of fierce to me. I think it's a card, it's the one card in Major Arcana. I think somebody may be coming to the realization, all this sword energy, that they're going to have to do it for themselves. The one card. I'm going to manifest my own future. You left me confused. We'd known each other such a long time. I believed in sword energy, this future, Three of Wands. One more on Magician, please. I think whoever the magician person is, they're going to have it all. They're going, if this relationship was disappointing, Five of Cups, this person isn't giving up on their own ability to manifest that kind of connection in their life. They're going to begin where they are. Oh my God. Ten of Swords. There was a very painful ending. One of you was very hurt. It was like this equal exchange was underway in 3D. And then there was this kind of, well, what have we got going here? What is this? Am I the only one investing? Am I the only one manifesting? Ten of Swords, Ten of Cups. We could have had it all. And instead there was if not betrayal, some kind of abandonment, Five of Cups. This is sort of like all the losses, the spilled cups. There's potential in the future for a connection. I'm not sure it's with this person. I think somehow they may have betrayed you, Ten of Swords, broken some kind of bond. You're in disbelief, sword energy. Like Page of Swords, this is my question. What happened? Page of Swords is looking for answers. And I'm not sure that person is going to get the answers. But they'll somehow, pick up the ball and keep on going. They'll face their future with some optimism, Three of Wands. And curiosity, like it isn't just what happened, why did you do this, where, you ended it, what the hell? It's curiosity about what comes next. About the next thing we'll look to manifest, but in the meantime, there's a kind of instruction to be here now. even with the pain, Ten of Swords. Don't be in denial about it. Feel it for as long as you have to. I think I'm talking to a you. It could be you've broken somebody else's heart. And they were pissed. Knight of Swords. What happened here? And you say, I'm sorry. We didn't feel the same way. We did in the past, and then somehow the feelings got really muddled, and at least one of you thought, what's going on? Was it an illusion all along? Is this just some nostalgic bullshit that I'm still feeling for somebody who doesn't feel for me? Sun card. Well, it seems to me, while you need to be here now, there is a reasonable expectation that things are going to warm up and brighten up. Like I said, I don't think that you, perhaps it's you I'm talking to, are going to dwell in sadness. You'll reinvest Six of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles in something that has viability. And if this relationship didn't didn't stand the test of time or something like that, you believe sword energy in the possibility of it all. And, temper that with nothing's perfect. No relationship is perfect. We may look back at something and think, that was my ideal. And it wasn't your ideal. And there's no purely perfect love out there. All of us are damaged to some degree, and we just can keep trying, keep growing it, keep putting the effort and time. What else is there to invest in? Establishing ourselves, growing our abundance, getting out of this posture of despair, manifesting happiness. The two major arcana cards. Card of Leo, Gemini, Virgo. It's sort of like making your own happiness. Taking control in that Leo energy of, I can do this. I think that you're in part done with if somebody left you in the lurch, if they disappointed you, if they didn't love you back, Six of Pentacles, the way you deserve to be loved. There's a future. Things may really brighten up in Leo time. It's the summertime. It's full of promise. I often get bummed out in the summer, but begin where you are. And it may be something in this new relationship that has a quality of rebel love to it. You in the sense that you kind of recoup your strength, your belief in connection. You lean toward the light. You can have it all again. This may not be the same person coming back around, but love comes back around. There's not one brass ring you need to get on the merry-go-round. Love, connections come back around, And there's a sort of turnaround. It's right there. Stay open-hearted. I mean, feel the sadness, but also feel the joy, the warmth, the happiness, the renewal. I don't know about this other person and that particular relationship, but there's fulfillment and brightness and warmth up ahead. And believing that that's the case, believing it, believing in this kind of happiness and connection, you may get disappointed. But to go into the world with that kind of openness, Three of Wands, and expectation. I'm open to it. Try to stay open to it. Don't be cynical. Try not to be cynical. Not every relationship will end this Ten of Swords betrayal way. You can manifest something better and brighter. We can do it. Wands energy. We can do this. Wands energy. Fire energy. Don't let anybody put your light out, Don't let anybody snuff your light out. I'll see you next time.